I want to welcome you all. It's so good to see you. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, Naomi and Maslin and Remy and Hila. I don't see you, but I know it's Hila. Boker Tov, Hila. And oh my gosh, is that Luca? Good morning. And I see Shira and Asher and Harley and Noah and Daniela and Layla and Truman and Max. So many beautiful faces this morning. And I see one special face, and that is Fireman Joe, who's here. Hi, Fireman Joe.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning. I'm going to spotlight your video so we
Ooh,
can
okay.
all see you. And I know that Fireman Joe is going to, wait, before we go any farther, do you all know what a hero is?
Yeah,
A hero? Well, Daniela, will you tell us what's a hero?
um, somebody that saves the day.
Somebody that saves the day. Yeah, like a superhero saves the day. And there are lots of heroes in our world. We have police officers that are heroes. We have doctors that are heroes and nurses that are heroes. Sometimes even our food delivery people can be our heroes. Fireman Joey is a hero because he's a fireman and he keeps all of us safe. So we asked Fireman Joe to come today to tell us a little bit and show us a little bit about how he is a hero and the work, this very, very special work that he does. And he's with Daniela and he's with Layla, who we love so much, who are sitting on his lap so that we can't even see him. That's perfect. He's hiding behind them. So I'm going to turn it over to you now, Fireman Joe.
All right. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Fireman Joey. I've been to this school a couple of times, once this year, and I talked to all of you before. This time I came to talk and show you some pictures about what I do at work and some changes that we have for the corona, the COVID virus. So I'm going to show you some pictures and some videos and talk about the cool stuff that I do at work. All right, so one second. This tab. All right, You can see. You can see my desktop, right?
Yes, sir, we can. Thank you.
All right. So wait, hold on. First things first. Actually, before I get into the pictures, I want to show you guys what. Here, I need you guys to have that. I wanted to show you guys the special mask. I hope everybody wears their masks when they go out now. We have this very special mask that I got for the whole department. And this is what I have to wear. Danielle, step back. This is what I have to wear in every single call that I go on.
Yeah.
This is my special mask.
Daddy, wear it.
To put it on my head. And this is the mask that I have to wear on all my calls. Okay? I'm going to take it off because it's very hard to hear me while I'm talking. Anyway, so as some of you know, I am married to Miss Shirley, and these are my daughters, Layla and Daniela. Okay, let me open this up so you could see. All right, so you know Miss Shirley, my daughter Layla and Daniela, and yes, I do know Chuck E. Cheese also. All right, so next picture. Otherwise, it's not working. There we go. All right, I work for the city of Hollywood. We have 6 different stations. This is the one I'm at right now. It's station 40. I'm on the beach. So we cover anything that's all along the beach. All right. Let me get another one up. All right, here's a view of our balcony, so we get to look out the water. Very simple. All right, this is a picture of our station. As you can see, we all eat together at the big table, but because of Corona, we all have to keep our distance. So we have 3 separate tables set up, and we sit 2 people per table just so we don't get close to each other and possibly get each other sick. And behind those tables, you could see that those are our recliners and the TV, and that's where we sit and watch TV and hang out with our free time. Here is some of my friends at work. This is where we cook. We usually have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We cook all ourselves. This is us preparing breakfast on Sunday morning. This is my room in the fire station.
And I hope you like Daddy's flower blanket.
Yeah, I hope everybody likes my flower blanket. Not ashamed of it at all. All right, what's we got on? I'm at the only fire station in our department that has a pole right now. Okay, that's our fire pole. It's a faster way to get down the stairs and get downstairs than using the stairs. I actually got a video for you guys of me using it. And that's it, using the pole. Sometimes if we're in a hurry, we want to get downstairs really quick, we just slide down the pole. As you can see in that video, I still have to wear my mask in the station, and we all wear our masks in the station so we don't get each other sick. All right, I'm going to show you. This is the truck that I am currently on right now. Because I am a firefighter and a paramedic, I sometimes ride on the fire engine, but most of the time I'm on the ambulance, which we call a rescue. Okay, because of Corona, this is what I have to wear whenever I'm in the back of the truck. So when I'm treating patients, I have to wear that whole suit with the same mask and the face shield and stuff, just so I don't get Corona from anybody and then bring it home to my family. All right. Here's another picture of me in the back of the truck, fully geared out. I have to wear the face shield and all this stuff just so I don't get germs on my body.
Fireman Joey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm open to questions.
I've seen some pictures of nurses or doctors who they're sleeping in their garages because they want to keep their families safe. Does all of that, it looked like you were wearing a white, maybe like a coat or a suit,
yeah,
and that keeps you safe so that you can't get anyone else sick, right?
Right. So I never know what anybody has when I go to a emergency call. Sometimes we have a clue that they may or may not have Corona, but I still wear that on every single call just so I don't get people's germs on me. Okay, so I have to wear the glasses to protect my eyes because you can get it if you rub your eyes. I have to wear the mask to protect my nose and my mouth because you can get it inside your nose and mouth, and that's how you get it. I'm not sleeping in my car. The second I come home, I throw all of my clothing into the laundry and wash it, and I jump right into the shower before I even get to hug my family and kiss them hello.
Wow.
Yeah, I usually work 24-hour shifts, so I work a whole day, and then I'm home for another 48 hours. So you imagine how hard it is for me to come home and not hug and kiss my family after not seeing them for a whole day. So I have to make sure that they don't get sick, so I shower right away. We also have some other kind of protection. This is another thing that we have to wear on some calls. This is what we have to wear when sometimes we have to deal with some bad people, just so we protect ourselves. We have our helmets and our special vests. This is the back of our rescue or the ambulance. Here's the stretcher, and this is our monitor and our bag and different stuff that we keep on the truck. This is our life monitor, as we call it. It's our special computer we use to connect people to so we can look at their heart, to make sure they're breathing good, to make sure their heart is working the right way. We use this to restart people's hearts also, and we use it to control people's hearts if their heart isn't beating fast enough sometimes. Another thing that we keep with us, this is our supplies bag. We bring these two things on every single one of our calls just so we have what we need with us so we don't have to run back to the truck. All right, here's that same bag with everything open. We have all different things to help people breathe better. We have medicines in there just to help their heart and stuff. That's Layla.
There's also scissors.
Right. There's scissors in there. Do you know what I use those scissors for?
Well, cut people's throat open and check.
No. I use the scissors for the most part to cut people's clothes off, just to make sure that they don't have other injuries that I can't see with their clothes on. But then we cover them up after, so they're not naked when we take them into the hospital. This is a picture of our drug boxes. This is where we keep all of our medicines that we give to people. I have different kind of medicines to start people's hearts.
And what is the red thing?
The red thing is called nitroglycerin. We give that to people who have chest pain. Okay, we give it to them. Sometimes it gives them a headache, but that's how I know it's working. We have different medications for breathing, for waking people up if they've taken too much of a certain medicine, allergies and stuff. There's actually a medicine we give people that's just full of sugar. See this blue box here? That's what we give people who didn't have enough sugar, and they have a special problem where if they don't eat enough sugar throughout the day, they fall asleep.
Really?
Really. All right. Oh, this is a video of me and my coworkers, my friends, going to a call. Okay, I'm in the back of the truck, and we have my fellow firefighter on the left, and then I have my lieutenant on the right.
Act 3. Where is that? Turn on power. I received another call from Fillmore and Mark for emergency.
I'm in the back.
Go ahead, clear it out.
All right. I'm gonna cut it off.
That car didn't stop for you, Fireman Joey.
I know, some people just are going way too fast. But as you can see, we go with our lights and our sirens, and we have our air horn. We try to make a lot of noise so people know we're coming and they know how to stop and get out of the way, just so we can get to an emergency. That one in particular was a car accident, and one of the cars that was actually flipped on their sides. I'll have a couple of pictures of those later. Sometimes we have to go to calls. This is one of our, this is not me, but a couple of my friends that I think this is during one of the hurricanes when the roads were flooded. We just have to go to people's houses in the knee-deep water and bring them out and take them to the hospital if they're very sick.
Daddy, I see the water.
You see the water? Yeah, see? We have to wear our fire boots so we don't get our feet all wet. All right, so this is a kind of a call that we go on. Sometimes when people start having their baby and they can't make it to the hospital on time, we have to give birth. We have to help the mom give birth sometimes. So these are a couple of my friends, co-workers, and this is a baby that they help give birth to. Some other calls we go on because we're on the beach. We have to, Layla. Yes, Layla. There's not time for that.
You rescued a baby that was not breathing.
Yes, one time I rescued a baby that was not breathing. We helped them breathe. Here's a picture of us on the beach. We cover the whole Hollywood Beach. So sometimes people aren't strong swimmers and they get tired in the water, so we have to go out and bring them back in. All right. Sometimes we get some animals that get stuck somewhere and we have to rescue them. This is one of my friends that saved this goose. Some other animals. Anybody see what my friend's holding?
Ducky.
Duckies. A lot of times, little baby duckies follow their mommy duckies, and their baby duckies fall into some drains, and people call us to come and rescue them. So we come and rescue the baby duckies from the drain. Here's a falcon that was injured, and we caught him, and then we brought him to an animal hospital. So we do some things with some animals. Does anybody see what's going on here? What? It's not an otter. What kind of animal is that, Layla?
A kitty cat.
It's a kitty cat.
It's a kitty cat. I love kitty cat. Did you rescue it or someone else?
I didn't rescue that one, but I have rescued other cats. Sometimes cats like to go inside of the engine area of cars, and they don't know how to get out. So we have to go out and just pull them right out. Here's another animal that got stuck. You can see this little dog, he put his head in the railing, and we had to come and pull his head out. He was okay. All these animals were okay when we picked them up, when we rescued them. All right, here's a video of what we do after every Corona-like call. We clean our trucks with this cleaning device. I actually have these girls ready to help me out with this. We actually, hold on.
I played it.
So after most of our calls, anything that sounds like, hold on. Most of the time, if we think there's something might have been Corona, we spray down the whole inside of the truck, and at the same time, we sing a special song. What's the song, girls?
Ghostbusters!
Right.
It's something strange in the neighborhood. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
So it looks like the Ghostbuster machine. So we sing every time we watch them. We spray down the truck. All right, so that's a little bit of our my rescue stuff. Now I'm gonna get in some of our engine stuff. This is the fire engine at the station I'm at right now. Does anybody see anything special that they don't normally see in a fire engine? What do you see?
Some of those metals.
Here, over here, a surfboard.
Yeah.
As you can see, we have a surfboard on this particular engine because we are on the beach. And sometimes when the lifeguards go home, we're the ones we become the lifeguards. So if somebody starts having problems swimming out in the ocean, we take the surfboard and go rescue them. All right.
Fireman Joey,
Yes, sir.
did you have to learn how to be a lifeguard also, in addition to being a paramedic?
We didn't have to learn to be a lifeguard, but we have some training on how to rescue people that are stuck out in the water. I got certified as a lifeguard when I was a teenager, so I have an idea of what to do. I haven't had to go out in the water before, but I've been out on the beach where people have been brought in. Yeah. Well, all this has special training. I had 2 years to become a paramedic, and then I had a summer to learn how to become a fireman. I'm going to show you some of the things we have. This is one of our tools we keep on our fire truck. We use this. It's a big tool. This big blade spins in circles super duper fast. And we use this to cut people out of places that they're stuck in. Sometimes we have to cut people out of their house that are stuck. Sometimes we have to cut people out of their cars because they're stuck. So this is one of our big tools that we use. It makes a lot of noise and makes a lot of damage. All right, I got this picture here. This is a fire that I helped put out. I'm actually right here in the middle. I'm helped pulling the hose. This was almost in the middle of the night. It was a fire behind a house. It was their shed. Okay, here's me at another fire. This was the biggest fire that I've ever been on. I was there for 11 hours. And the whole area was caught on fire. And then after we had to clean up, I still had to help people go to the hospital in the middle of the night. So, and then the next day was my birthday.
I love Daddy's birthday. Me
Okay,
too.
this is a picture of another fire that I was on. Their whole apartment was on fire.
Oh God.
I actually helped pull out some dogs that were in trouble from that fire. And here's another picture that was in the newspaper of that same fire. Right here on the side. I don't know if you can see my mouse also. What else? So this is we're on. Does anybody see? Oh, do my girls see anything that's strange going on in this picture?
A phone.
That is a strange phone. You're right. What's going on? Oh, we're driving somewhere.
Yeah. You're driving and you're holding a phone.
Okay.
Where is he driving to?
Where am I driving to, Layla? What's
That
there?
smoked place.
Right. That's how we know there's a fire. There's a big pillar of smoke. Just like the Israelites were following the pillar of smoke in the desert. We followed the pillar of smoke to the fire. All right. Here's a video I took of a camper that was on fire.
Play.
Okay, so thankfully nobody was in there when the fire started, and we just put it out, and that was it. Sometimes we have to help rescue people. They're in a dangerous place. So here's a friend of mine that's practicing going down the side of a building attached to some ropes. Sometimes we have people who need help that are on the side of a building that need to be rescued.
He looks like Spider-Man.
A little bit like Spider-Man. It's harder to go up than go down. All right, here's most of the things that we go on. That we get some car accidents. So here's a car that got into a car accident on the highway. As you can see, it's not supposed to be in the middle, and it's not supposed to be facing in the wrong direction. Oh, and this is very important. If these people weren't wearing their seatbelt, they'd be in a lot of trouble. So I've been on many calls as I'm going to show you car accidents, and if these people weren't wearing their seatbelts, they'd be in a lot of trouble. Here's a car that got stuck under a truck. These people were okay also. Here is a video of a call that I went on. You could see, tell me if something's strange happening in this video.
The car is kept to the side.
Yep.
The car is kept to the side.
Right. A lot of times when you get a car accident, we get a car that's leaning on its side. Leaning on its side. And but those people were okay too because they were wearing a seatbelt. Sometimes we get very big car accidents like this truck that rolled on its side on the highway. And then we hit the block down half the highway to flip it back over again. Thankfully, this guy was wearing his seatbelt, or else he would have been in a lot of trouble. And to finish it off, my last video clip is how we flip that truck back on its side. We have to call a very special tow company to flip that truck onto its side again. So here's a video on the highway. Swoop. As you can see, the whole truck was laying on its side. Sorry, open that back up again. We had to shut down the entire highway for 3 hours to remove, as you can see, all those red barrels were full of chemicals that could have exploded. So it took a long time we had to cut that roof off, pull all those barrels out before we rolled the truck back onto its wheels again. That's pretty much what I got. I'm actually open to questions if anybody has any questions for me. If Rabbi, if you want to open up, if anybody has any
Sure.
questions.
So if you turn off your screen share,
There you go.
and guys, if you have questions, raise your hand, put your hand up in the air, and I'll call on you. You can ask our hero, Fireman Joey, a question. Oh, I see Maslin has a question, or Vania has a question.
I have a question.
Yes.
Go ahead, Vania.
How often do you train?
How often we train? We train all the time. We have continuous training. Every year we have to recertify my paramedic license, and we have to do a certain number of hours of actual fire training. You know, pulling hose, putting ladders up the side of a building, different things. New things come about, so we have new training on the corona stuff. So it's every couple of months. Right now, we're not doing any kind of training, just because we're separating from everybody.
Oh, you said I love.
Thanks. Who else has a question they want to ask? Oh, Jack has a question. Wait a second, Jack. Do you have a question, Jack?
He does, but I don't think he wants to ask it himself. He wants to know if Fireman Joe ever gets scared of the fire.
Not really. I haven't got scared. For the most part, we keep a safe distance until we get it under control. No fire has been too big, except for that one that I showed you that I was there for 11 hours. But that fire, we weren't inside the building. You know, it was too big, so we took a defensive stand, and we fought it from the outside.
Jack, that's a really, really good question, because I know that there are things sometimes that make me scared, and one of the things that makes me feel better when I get scared is knowing that there are people like Fireman Joey who are there to keep me safe. That was such a good question. Hiya! Do you have a question, Hiya? Go ahead, sweetie.
Was the truck very heavy?
Those trucks are very heavy. The fire trucks are a couple thousands of pounds, and then there's a big water tanks on the inside of that. Some of our tanks are up to 750 gallons, and for the most part, every gallon of water is 8 pounds. So with all the math, there's thousands of pounds on the truck with all of our equipment.
What about the truck that you flipped back over? Was that one a heavy truck?
Oh, that was a heavy. Yeah, that was because it was a big trailer, but everything is off balance, and especially on the highway, you know, we could lose control very easily. But some of those cars that are flipped on their side, they really weren't going that fast. They could just, you know, right mechanics, and they could just flip over.
Mm. Does anyone else have a question they
Daddy,
want to
look
ask
at
Max
Asher.
or Asher or Noah or Dylan? Asher, do you have a question that you wanted to ask? Hold on, Asher. Go ahead, sweetie.
Guess if I'm closing my eyes, Daddy.
I can't. I look at Asher's.
Ask your question nice and loud, Asher.
Does Fireman Joey does Fireman Joey has does he have does he have
Forget your question, silly.
yeah, I forgot my question.
That's okay. I forget sometimes too. Does anyone else have a question? Fireman Joey, I want to thank you so much for being our hero. We are so thankful for all that you do. Can we give Fireman Joey a round of applause, please? Oh, look what Haya made. Stay home, stay safe with a rainbow. Beautiful.
Great.
Thank you so much for showing us a little bit of what you do today, Fireman Joey.
My pleasure, of course.
All right, everybody. Have the most wonderful day. Go Fireman Joey.
All right, everybody. Have a lovely
Bye, everybody.
day. Stay safe.
See you later.